I wanted to share some herbal remedies for everyone who is dealing with the smoke and the debris from the fires in LA right now. So the first thing that I want to recommend is mullein leaf tea. This is going to be really good for your lungs. It's an expectorant, it's mucilaginous, so it's going to get the junk up out of your lungs, and it's also going to help you breathe and help strengthen your lungs. Marshmallow root is another really good one, also mucilaginous, so it's going to be very soothing to your respiratory tract. So if you have a dry cough right now, marshmallow root's going to be a huge help for that. For mullein leaf, you're going to want to do a half a tablespoon to a cup of tea, steep it for 30 minutes. For marshmallow root, you're going to want to do like a quarter teaspoon to a cup of tea. With that one, it's actually better to steep that in cold water for an hour, but you can add it to other teas and it'll still work in hot water. It's just the mucilage comes out much more in cold water. All of the mints are going to be really helpful right now. So like peppermint, spearmint, thyme, lemon balm, sage, those are really good for your respiratory system. You want to be careful with sage. You don't want to overuse that one because it does have some properties that can be dangerous if you overuse it. So with those, you're going to do 1 teaspoon to a cup of tea, steep it for 15 to 30 minutes. Did I say thyme? Thyme is also really good for that. And thyme is really good to like breathe a steam of as well to help clear out your lungs. And then my favorite herb for ongoing support for your lungs is astragalus. If you have a life-threatening autoimmune disease, you want to skip astragalus because it can be too stimulating to the immune system, but it's really good for rebuilding your lungs. It's really good for strengthening your lungs. It's good for your immune system in general. It's good for anxiety. It's good for like balancing you. It's an adaptogen. I have been using a teaspoon of astragalus root powder in my morning hot cereal every day since I first got COVID, just to help strengthen my lungs. You can also do that one as a tea, and I would do 1 to 2 teaspoons in a quart of water because you're going to want to simmer this one since you have to simmer it. I recommend doing like a higher amount because you can store it and then drink it later too if you don't drink it all at once. And then holy basil or tulsi tea is also going to be really good because that one opens up your lungs. It's good for your respiratory system, and it's also an adaptogen, so it's going to help with the anxiety right now. I would do a quarter teaspoon per cup and steep that for 15 to 30 minutes. I get all of my herbs and teas from Mountain Rose Herbs and Oshala Farms. Shipping can take a little while because they're like small businesses because they're really ethically sourced herbs and they're very good herbs. So if you don't have time to get herbs in from them, you can get them from other sources. I would just make sure that you're checking the higher quality, like the better in terms of the herbs. Like the older a tea is, the less effect it's going to have on you because the properties aren't there anymore. But hopefully that helps.